I'm definitely more of a movie person than I am a show person, but there are shows that I really, really like. And one of those shows is Bojack Horseman. And it's a big reason why I picked up this book that I recently read. And I was glad to find that I wasn't disappointed. The book is actually written by one of the creators of Bojack Horseman, and it's called Someone Who Will Love You in All Your Damaged Glory. The title alone honestly compelled me to pick it up, but it's essentially a short story collection. And I think this book is perfect if you're in a reading slump and you're in the mood for something unexpected, funny, and also heartwarming and sad at times. One of the reasons that I really like Bojack Horseman is because although it discusses some really heavy topics and by no means is it a happy show, I think it perfectly incorporates comedy and absurdism into the mixture. So it's not just depressing. I really appreciate that it could be so lighthearted even when discussing such difficult topics. And the ways in which it deals with those heavy topics is also in a very nuanced manner. It's not surface level. And I think that's just not something you would expect from a show that's literally about a horse. Many of the reasons why I like this show are also why I ended up liking this book. There were some sad topics brought up, but there was also a lot of comedy and a lot of absurdity. No story is like the next, even when it comes to format, which I really appreciated because there was constantly something new. I think when it comes to this collection of short stories, there's no point in trying to anticipate what's going to happen next and what the following story is going to be, because it's just so random at times. And that's also part of the fun of it. You as the reader just need to be open to allowing the author to take you where he wants to take you. I wanted to share some of the quotes that I really liked. This one is probably my favorite quote. Perhaps a better me would have done the right thing and left, or a worse me wouldn't have worried about it, just indulged in the transgression. But I am only as good as I am, and I could only do what the person as good as I am could do. A statue isn't built from the ground up, it's chiseled out of a block of marble, and I often wonder if we aren't likewise shaped by the qualities we lack, outlined by the empty space where the marble used to be. I'll be sitting on a train, I'll be lying awake in bed, I'll be watching a movie, I'll be laughing, and then all of a sudden, I'll be struck by the paralyzing truth. It's not what we do that makes us who we are, it's what we don't do that defines us. Another quote that I really liked, she just kind of fell into the position, the same way she seemed to always just kind of fall into everything. A person as unexceptional as Lucinda doesn't live a life as much as a life just floods in around her, filling up whatever empty space a life should be occupying. The last one is, it also feels nice to know that my efforts have been noticed, because so much of the time the lesson of life is that everything's built on bullshit and nothing you do matters. It's cool to feel like I have some control over my own destiny for once. Even if you're not a huge fan of Bojack Horseman, I would still recommend this book. I really enjoyed it. I didn't like all of the stories equally, but as a whole, I really did enjoy my reading experience.